Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President, Solutions Marketing, Salesforce, Fergus Griffin.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everyone doing well? I said, is everybody doing well? Awesome. Today is Product Keynote Day at Dreamforce, as everybody knows, and we've already had some fantastic keynotes here in this room. Some might say, though, that we've probably saved the best one for last year with the Salesforce1 Platform Product Keynote. As you probably know, there's other keynotes going on over Moscone West, but let's focus on what's going to happen here in the room here today. It's my privilege always to present our safe harbor statement, and if we can just bring that up. Basically, the safe harbor statement says that Salesforce is a publicly traded company, and if you may see forward-looking statements and technology here today, but you should always make your purchase decisions based on the currently available technology. Now, everybody here knows that Salesforce1 Platform is the underpinning of pretty much everything we do here at Salesforce, but it's also now with Salesforce1 Lightning the fastest way to build mobile apps for everybody here in this room. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce the head of this entire product portfolio here at Salesforce, our Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Salesforce1 Platform, Mike Rosenbaum.
Thanks a lot, Fergus. All right, guys, welcome to the platform keynote. Here we go. So there's one thing that Fergus neglected to mention. It was on the safe harbor slide. It was at the bottom. It was unique to this presentation. And the lawyers told me that I needed to cover it. So I kind of memorized this. There's a very, very good chance that actual lightning will be released in this room today. If that concerns anybody, if you have any concerns about your safety, the lawyers would ask you to keep your feet firmly planted on the floor, hands at the side of your chair, and everything should be fine. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, here we go. We start every presentation. The platform is no different. We start every presentation by saying thank you. One of the cool things about my job and running the platform here is that I get to think a lot about our various ecosystems, whether it's the ecosystem of 1.8 million developers, which, by the way, this is sort of an inside joke. We're growing so fast that we had to print this big giant sign over in the dev zone. It says 1.7 million developers. And then you grew so fast that you actually got to 1.8 by the time Dreamforce got here. So that's how fast this ecosystem is growing. I also think about the community, the success community, and the millions of people in our success community. And probably one of the coolest ecosystems, the App Exchange ecosystem. I love Dreamforce because I get to go walk around the campground and you get to, instead of looking at a website, you get to look at what that ecosystem looks like in real life. And every single year it's bigger. And every single year the apps are better. And now we've got 300 of those apps running on Salesforce1. And it really is just one of the coolest things about doing this job. The last thing I'll say about this is a very, very special group of people. People that we call the admins or the MVPs. This year, you didn't see it on Fergus's slide, but I guarantee you next year you will. And those that we did this year for the first time an admin keynote because the admins and their energy and their passion and everything that they bring is what helps motivate us. It helps us make great product. I had a conversation on Friday of last week with one of the lead user experience people on our platform, someone who helped us design the app builder and helped us build the app builder. And I said to her, what gets you up every day? What gets you excited? And I'm not making this up. She said, it's because I get to think, just thinking about people that get to use my product and get to succeed with my product and help them go faster, that's what I love. So anyway, that was a long time on this thank you slide. I want to thank every single person out there for everything that you do to help us go. So, you know, we're sitting here in this sort of what we call the next wave of computing. And this is the way I think about this idea. And that is that all of us, every single person in this room, every single person watching online, you should all consider yourselves lucky. We are all incredibly lucky to be sitting here right now at the platform keynote at Dreamforce in San Francisco in the middle of the biggest technology revolution in our lives. And you know what it's doing is it's making our jobs fun. It's making it fun for us to be in technology because it gives us an opportunity to be creative and to reinvent how we sell, how we service, how we market, how we build communities, how we analyze data. But we all know where the real action is. The real action is in that last circle. The real action is in the apps the apps that we are all going to build that are going to help us connect to our customers more effectively, that are going to help us connect to our employees more effectively, and empower them with all of the things that they need to do their jobs. And so when I say, you think about this slide, you look at this slide and you see the word app. It's very specifically the word app. It is not the word application. It's not an enterprise application the way that I thought about it 15 years ago when I started in technology. The word app for me means innovation. It means the promise that you've taken some new twist, that you've taken this technology, added some creativity, added some spark that's going to make my life better. If you want some space on my home screen, on my iPhone, you better bring your A game. That's the new bar, right? Because you have the opportunity to do that. You have to bring the innovation. You have to think about it. But the real question is, how do you innovate? How do you do it? I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meetings during the year, all over the world. I go to these meetings. I prepare for these meetings. I build my slides. I think I'm going to talk about the Salesforce technology stack. And before I start to talk about the technology stack and how to build apps with the Salesforce, CIOs, architects, they say, wait a minute, hold on a second. Before we get to that, I want to ask you something else. Salesforce is the most innovative company in the world for 4 years in a row. I want you to tell me what the secret is. How do you innovate? What do you do? And then I kind of sit back and I look at them and I go, I have absolutely no idea. That's not what I say. The secret is speed, okay? And how many of you guys were in the developer keynote today? The secret is speed. And I don't just mean building apps faster. I don't just mean shipping that app or making that live more quickly. What I mean is thinking about how to use this technology to increase the iterations and decrease the cycle times that you use to run your organization. The best companies in the world are updating their applications daily and weekly, not quarterly, not semi-annually, not every year. Okay? You have to be able to take advantage of these things so that you can go faster, that you can increase the iterations. And what that does is it gets you a seat at the table with the business. Suddenly, the creativity is unlocked. The business users can see that if they have an idea that they share with the IT department, that can find its way into an application, that can find its way into reality quickly, in weeks, in days. And that's what unlocks the creativity. That's what gets the creative juices flowing in an organization. That's what creates this synergy between IT and the business, and that's how you see these companies going so fast. It's about harnessing everything that we do in the Salesforce1 platform to be able to go faster. And you can use this technology to build great customer apps. You can use this technology to build great employee apps. You get all your customer data in one place, and you can reinvent your company. But don't take my word for it. We put together this film of our customers in their words. So let's go ahead and play this film.
I truly believe that speed is the new currency for business. You gotta move fast. And those that are taking too long to think through it or consider things, they will find themselves left behind sooner than they had expected.
The old way of doing business, the old way of building IT systems, it's broke.
You absolutely have to keep up. You can't get stuck in a rut, and you have to evolve. You have to change with your customers, change with the technology, and stay ahead of it.
I can't bury my head in the back office, but we have to look to the future in different ways. It brings us into the world of being business people, not technologists.
Just being able to put so much on one platform and have the ability to innovate in different ways on a platform is really very exciting.
100% of the infrastructure is taken care of, fault tolerant, redundant, connected.
It had the point-and-click declarative language, very quick to develop. It had inbuilt workflow already there, you just needed to configure it.
Everything you need is right there in one system. The whole cloud is mobile enabled. It's not like you go to a different infrastructure or you go to a different tool set.
We don't have to spend our time investing in the architecture. We're able to do a lot more with the limited resources that everyone is dealing with.
It saved us 6 figures somewhere at least, and probably knocked 6 to 9 months off of the project.
We went from a IT shop that was very much a secondary thought to an IT shop that was sort of leading the business and showing them the way.
It's really changing it from IT, information technology, to innovation technology.
The playground has dramatically expanded, but the impact you potentially have as CIO on the business is so much bigger than it was before.
So there's some pretty cool words in there. I would now, we now have the privilege, actually, to welcome up a special guest, somebody from one of our largest platform customers, and that's Eli Lilly. Come on, Mike, come on up. Mike Meadows, the CTO at Eli Lilly, is here just to talk about some of these ideas. So thank you very, very much for coming.
Welcome. It's good to see you.
So I know everyone's familiar with Lilly, right? I mean, it's a household name, right? But maybe you could give us a little bit of sense of the business climate that you inherited, that you're facing, and how you're sort of thinking about that from a technology perspective.
Absolutely. So business model in total, we're about making life better for patients. And there's huge promise behind that. There's challenges like all business has. So speed, as you referenced, is more and more critical every day. We use the phrase time to business value. Yet with other pressures of cost and complexity and regulatory concerns, there's a balance there that we've got to find. And technology, such as the platform and the constructs that you represented, really help us bring those things together. I think you're aware, we got started a few years ago on the Viva platform, on the platform CRM, and that showed us the promise of the business responsiveness, time to business value, lower resources, our ability to focus on the things that our business cares about that eventually leads to making life better.
So tell us a little bit more, if for everybody's benefit, Viva is an application that's built on the platform. You guys implemented that. Tell me about that story and how that evolved into, sort of, this holistic approach to development on the Salesforce1 platform.
Yeah, so we had a typical client-server CRM model that wasn't meeting our needs and has the issues that we all have with legacy environments. And we sort of took a leap into the Viva model based on the Force platform. That just gave us all kinds of capability and benefit and efficiency and effectiveness of rollout, including uptake from users, better interactions with customers, mobilizing our sales force, and the things you talk about. So seeing that promise made us think we can do more things with that, and now have inserted the platform into our development architecture to try and bring those same benefits to other apps that we develop or others that we acquire. So
you mentioned the word mobility. Tell everybody about your approach to mobility, because when I first heard some of the unique characteristics of the setup that you're giving your employees, it sort of made my eyes, my eyebrows went up. So tell everybody about that.
This is related to the field force. So we've deployed between 18 and 20,000 iPads. We took laptops out of the field, so it is primary/only device. And because of the platform, we can be agnostic to that device, and it allows for interactions, and we've built data flows that allow better interactions with customers, better time use of sales associates, whether in waiting rooms or in trains or wherever they might be, and full access to their information. So it's an exciting new world with just an iPad in the field.
So the other thing that you're doing, which is interesting, is you've got projects that are using both the traditional Force.com side of our platform as well as Heroku. Maybe you could tell everybody a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you a quick highlight, and I would also say we have a team at 9 o'clock tomorrow that's doing a presentation on our most significant app that we've put together outside the platform, or outside Viva, and it does all the things you mentioned. So it reaches back into our SAP legacy world. It uses Heroku, and we integrate data. We search millions of records, and then we use Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud to interact directly with physician customers on the outside. So it's sort of the full gamut of that particular promise of the platform. But 9 o'clock tomorrow. If anyone
9 o'clock tomorrow, hear it from the team.
Yeah.
Last question, any advice for everybody out in the audience, how to go fast, how to think about this? You've thought it all out.
I wouldn't say we've thought it all out, and everybody has a unique situation. Our goal is we're trying to find a sweet spot. So the innovation you referenced, the speed, the time to business value, but in a way, 2 years from now, we don't look back at a mess and say we just created a different version of yesterday's problems. So we're spending a lot of time on the architecture and the data and the flow so that we can continue to take advantage of the time to business value that the platform offers. So I guess everybody would need to find their own sweet spot, but we're definitely trying to find that.
Hey, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your business. Thank you for the partnership. And 9 o'clock tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
right?
Thanks, Mike.
Hear it from the team at Lilly. Thank you very much. Okay, so the rest of this presentation, we're going to sort of cut it up into 2 parts. One part is about how to go fast and build the customer-facing applications that you need to reinvent how you connect with your customers. Another half about how you go fast with Salesforce and create those employee mobile applications that you need to connect to your employees and empower your employees. But to kick it off, we're going to start with customer-facing apps, and I would like to now welcome up on stage Todd Nielsen, the CEO of Heroku. Todd?
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, man.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Nielsen, and this is my second Dreamforce. I joined Heroku and the Salesforce team last summer, and I'd like to welcome you all to our platform Keynote. I want to give a special shout out to those of you that have used Heroku and are trying it in your daily lives. And for those of you that aren't yet, hopefully by the end of our talk, you'll be inspired to start your journey with Heroku and the Salesforce platform. It's an amazing time to be in the industry right now. Innovation, disruption, and opportunity is everywhere. And a lot of this is being driven by the incredible apps that people are building. And what's most amazing to me is these apps are frequently not being built by software companies, but they're being built by companies like you all are in. Companies that are trying to accelerate your growth or connect to customers in a whole new way. There's companies like Instacart that are trying to redefine what grocery shopping is like. Or Lyft that is trying to redefine the cab experience. Or an enterprise like Lutron that is trying to change the way that its customers interact with its applications with a mobile app. Innovation, disruption, and opportunity. It's everywhere. When I think about the breadth of the Salesforce1 platform, be it amazing employee-facing applications that will connect an entire organization, or engaging customer-facing applications with compelling and innovating apps, it's amazing. And when I think about bringing these 2 forces together into one unified, integrated platform, it reminds me, it's sort of like when chocolate met peanut butter for the first time. Sure, they were both great on their own, but when they come together, it's magical. So we announced last year at Dreamforce our first step, or a solid milestone, towards delivering this integrated platform. And that was through something we call Heroku Connect. And Heroku Connect allows you to keep your data within Salesforce, but then seamlessly synchronize that data bidirectionally into a Heroku SQL database. And once it's there, you can build applications, you can do queries, you can do updates, you can do all kinds of things while keeping your data inside of the Salesforce system of record. So one of the common questions I get asked from people is, what kind of applications can I build with Heroku? And my response is, if you're a company that's trying to focus and engage with your customers, you owe it to yourself to build applications with Heroku and the Salesforce platform. I look at the types of apps folks are building, like purpose-built applications that have a short lifespan focused towards a marketing product launch or a particular event or a campaign. We've got folks doing websites and media, like the folks from Toyota Motors Europe. We're going to hear in a few minutes from our friends from Macy's that we have so many applications within Heroku that are built around commerce, and they're going to talk about their experiences and innovative use of the Heroku offering. Last year at this conference, Evan, the CIO at Red Robin, saw us announce Heroku Connect. And a light bulb went off for him, and he said, I can use that to build a whole new loyalty application to engage with Red Robin's loyalty customers in all new ways. And of course, we're seeing a bunch of experimentation around the Internet of Things. People are trying to connect to all of these devices, whether it's cars or refrigerators or beacons or lights like our friends at Lutron. Now, one of the things that I've learned in my career is that developers are critical or key to bringing innovative ideas to life. And another lesson I've learned is keeping developers happy is critical to success. It may not always be the easiest thing to do, but keeping them happy is important. And that's where Heroku can come in. Heroku is like giving your developers the golden ticket to the developer candy store. It's built for them. It's intuitive to them. It allows them to enjoy and focus on being productive and build applications. Imagine how great it would be to have your developers focused on apps and doing cool things that you want them to do that are customer-facing, instead of worrying about the inner workings of the IT boiler room. We announced recently Heroku DX, and Heroku DX is an offering of additional features and functionality that add more value to the developer candy store and make the Heroku experience even more intuitive and enjoyable for developers. The last thing I'd like to point out is a new customer we've got are the folks from Ello. And if you've not heard of Ello, they're the sort of hot new social media trend that are taking off. And they started in February with a few folks that had an idea for a new innovative social media application. And they were able to take that app, put it out in the marketplace just with a few developers, and lo and behold, it took off. They're adding as many as 35,000 customers an hour to their site. And they're still in beta and only accepting customers on an invitation-only basis. So the advantage they've seen with Heroku is the ability to scale and grow and focus on delivering value to their customers instead of worrying about all the issues that go with running a major, highly popular site. But that's enough talk about Heroku. What I want to do now is bring up Adam Gross, our head of product, and have Adam show it to you. Adam.
Great. Thanks so much, Todd. Thank you, everybody. I'm good. Thanks for joining us. So I want to spend a couple minutes and walk through and show just a couple of the ideas behind Heroku and give you a quick tour. And specifically, I want to focus on three things. The first is to show you an example of these customer-facing apps that are being built and run on Heroku today. Second is explain some of the concepts and really unique ideas behind Heroku that make it special for building these customer experiences. And finally, as Todd talked about, how this all comes together to deliver a customer success platform that's really unique in the industry. So to start, let's take a look at one of our customers, and this is Toyota Motor Europe. And this is live, running on Heroku today. This is active now in over 40 countries. This is not a demo. This is their actual application. And this is a great example of the kind of engaging customer experience that people are building on Heroku today. And in particular, I'll just point out for my developer friends in the room, this is written in Node.js, really one of the technologies of the consumer internet. Another thing that makes Heroku unique, that we give you the power of being able to use that in these applications. So we're here on this Prius, and one of the features of this site is this configurator application. And I can go in and do things like pick the car, pick the trim, I can change the paint color. I can even go in and change the leather selection. And as I'm doing that in real time, this application is re-rendering the interior view of this car, really to help give you that showroom experience right from your phone or your computer. I can even go ahead and generate a QR code, which I can then bring into the dealer, and for Toyota, connect my online experience with my offline retail experience. So a quick tour of one of the millions of applications that's up and running on Heroku today. And I encourage you to go to the campground. We've got a bunch of other great ones we can show you as well there, too. They're a lot of fun to show off because they're also visual and interesting. But I want to take a minute now and show you under the hood, what does this look like, and what are some of these concepts behind Heroku. And to do that, I'm going to bring up Heroku DX, which, as Todd mentioned, is a new offering and really a whole reinvention of Heroku that we've just announced recently. And what you're looking at is the dashboard. So this is what the developer administrator view of Heroku is, much like the setup menu would be for inside of force.com. And in particular, I want to highlight two components that are really unique here. The first is the idea of dynos. Because what a dyno is really special to Heroku. A dyno is like a virtual computer. It's a virtual server. And what makes it different is that you just insert your code. You just add your code to the dyno. We handle the operating system. We handle the hardware. We handle the networking. You don't have to do all of those pieces yourself. And in that way, it's probably familiar to those of you who are Force.com developers and users, because it's kind of similar to custom objects in spirit, right? You don't want to have to manage all that underlying infrastructure. You just want to be able to create your application and focus on that value. And we're expanding that concept to this universe of customer-facing applications with dynos. The second thing I'll highlight is add-ons. And add-ons are really important because they're like an app store for all these developer components. If there's a new database technology that comes out, if there's a new logging service that you want, you have it available to you through Heroku just by adding an add-on. And so together, these are the components that comprise, in this case, this application or any of the other applications on the platform. So I want to take a look at another feature now in DX, which is metrics. Because the most important part of delivering a customer-facing application is speed. The speed that your customers are going to have when they're interacting with your application. Is it a responsive, fast application? As Google taught us, speed is the most important feature. And with DX, we're automatically reporting to you exactly what your customers are experiencing. You'll know, built into the platform without having to do any additional work, exactly the kind of experience that they're having. In this case, we can see things like the response time, the throughput, the amount of load, even the CPU utilization. And if we go back into the app screen, you'll see how this all comes together. Let's say I want to increase the capacity, I want to add even more compute resource, I want to make this application perform even faster. All I need to do is go ahead and click Edit, move the dyno slider over, and now in real time, and this isn't a demo, this is live, when I hit save, we're literally deploying that application now to twice as many resources. In this case, 20 of those dynos. And it's up and running and live. So some of the ideas that are hopefully familiar from other parts of the Salesforce1 platform here in Heroku applied for customer-facing apps. Finally, and really quickly, I want to show you an example of how that all comes together with a Salesforce1 platform and combines Force.com and Heroku to really deliver on these customer-facing experiences. And to do that, we'll go ahead and bring up an app on the iPhone that we call Nibs. And those of you who were in the developer keynote earlier today know that Nibs is an open source application, really a reference architecture and sample that we're making available to all of you today, newly announced at the show, that's really inspired by the kinds of applications we've seen our customers building over the past year, really around things like loyalty and service. And you can see it has things like a profile page. I can go ahead and manage all of my preferences, like t-shirt size. I can go in and do things like look at my store locations. I can see the product lists. Really kind of that complete application that's augmenting a retail experience. What's special about Nibs, if we go ahead and bring up the Salesforce screen, you'll see that all of this information is being automatically and bidirectionally synchronized without any additional code into Salesforce. So all that data is on the Heroku side. All that data is automatically maintained on the Force.com side. And as I go ahead and interact with this application, and I click around, and I'm going to add products, I'm going to share them with my friends, or post one to Facebook, all of that information is being relayed in real time automatically into Force.com. So when I go ahead and hit refresh, I can even hit a new loyalty level. I'll hit refresh on the screen in real time, all of that information reflected back into Force.com. So real quick, what does that look like under the hood? Let's go into the app page for that application, and we'll take a quick look at Heroku Connect. And when I do, what you'll see what we're doing is connecting that Postgres Heroku database at the bottom of the Heroku stack with the database technology at the bottom of the Force.com stack automatically without code. You can see here's my SQL database on one side. If I go to the Salesforce side, you'll see my custom objects, my standard objects, things like leads, contacts, cases, all together, one platform. And you can see on the activity screen how that all comes together, synchronized in real time. So a real quick look at Heroku. We've got a lot of resources here for you at the show and online at our website. And I look forward to talking more about the things you can build. Thanks. Thanks, Todd.
So what I want to do now is bring up Sean Morrissey, the VP of Mobile Engineering at Macy's, and he's going to share with us his experience with Heroku and his Heroku journey. Sean.
Thanks, Todd.
Welcome to Dreamforce.
Well, thank you. This is my first Dreamforce, so quite the scale you guys got.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks.
So tell us about your journey with Heroku at Macy's.
So for the last couple of years, we've been I guess you could say, experimenting. So we've got some primary websites that we've got. We wanted to add some things on that we couldn't necessarily handle within our own organization. We reached out, worked with you guys to actually augment our sites. And then about 2 years ago, we realized, especially on our mobile platforms, we really needed to kind of reboot things. And so we started looking at some interesting technologies like Node, realized it was a great platform for us to build on, but we really didn't have the expertise to run Node, which I think is when we started having more conversations saying, hey, you guys are rather good at running Node, so how do we leverage our expertise in writing Node with your expertise in running Node?
Great. And I understand that it's kind of a busy time of year, the day after Thanksgiving for a little bit. Tell us about scale and what that's going to look like for you.
You're talking about the parade, right?
Yeah, the parade, exactly, exactly.
So for us, I could easily say a vast majority of our business starts about 3 o'clock or so on Thanksgiving until about, well, whatever the day is that we can actually ship to you before Christmas. We do an awful lot of business. And so for us, one of the big challenges is how do I scale to that capacity when during most of the year, I'm not necessarily running at that kind of peak, if you will.
So with Heroku, you can be watching the football game or the parade, and like James showed in the demo, you can just sort of slide the slider up and add more capacity, and all is good.
Absolutely, and I hope the team that's here, nobody's going to be watching football on Thanksgiving. We'll be far too busy.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely, we can scale capacity to whatever we need. So we actually, for probably the first time in a long time, we'll get a good night's sleep Thanksgiving night.
Oh, super. That's great to hear. Well, Sean, thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate
Todd.
it.
Thanks for your time.
Now I want to bring Mike up. Mike.
Thanks, Todd. All right. My mic going, or do I got to speak loudly? There we go. So we heard about how to create great customer-facing applications. Now I want to talk in the rest of this presentation about how to create great employee applications, the applications that we all need to create to empower our employees to better connect with customers, sell, service, market, every single thing that you do. But before I do that, I want to ask everybody a very simple question, and that is this. I want to know, why is it that the word upgrade has a positive connotation in every single aspect of my life except for enterprise IT? I can upgrade my phone, which I just did, to the really big, huge one. I can upgrade my house. I can upgrade my bike. I can upgrade my car. It's all awesome. But upgrade my IT system? Oh my God, no, that sucks. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to let the next CIO do that. We're just not going to do that, okay? Well, if Salesforce leaves one thing behind, 100 years from now, they're going to look back at the computer, the technology industry, and they're going to think about Salesforce. And if we leave one thing behind, it's that we made the upgrade a positive thing, an amazing, awesome, positive thing that happened back in 2000 when we released the first enterprise API, or in 2003 when we upgraded and delivered custom objects, or in 2005 when we upgraded Salesforce and delivered the App Exchange, or then when we upgraded and delivered Apex Code, or then when we upgraded and delivered Visualforce, and then we upgraded and delivered Chatter, and then last year at Dreamforce when we upgraded Salesforce and delivered Salesforce1. And nobody in our customer base had to do a single thing except for take advantage of this new technology. And so this Dreamforce, I am very excited to announce the upgrade of Salesforce. I begged them to let me do that again. That was awesome. I hope we got it on video. It's kind of fun. Okay, cool. Anybody? The lightning didn't work though, so that was good. Okay, but let me just. We went through this very quickly yesterday, but I want to actually take a few minutes and talk about this. Because a lot of people have been saying to me, okay, what is Lightning? Explain it to me. Tell me what this is going to do. How is this going to help me? The first thing to know about Lightning is it's not really new. We've been working on Lightning for years. You have all been using Lightning for the last year, because Lightning is the component framework that powers Salesforce1. Okay? And this is a really interesting thing to think about. This is actually what makes Salesforce very, very special as a company and very, very special as a platform. Is we knew we needed this UI framework. We knew we needed this in order to build the next generation of our mobile app and in order to build the next generation of our UI. But we didn't just do it for ourselves. What we did was we said, we should build this such that we can extend this, that we can open this up to the development community and our customers. If you think about it, it's just like back on that other slide when we delivered custom objects. At the time, Salesforce was all about Salesforce automation, and we had a cloud database that our customers used to manage their accounts and their contacts and their opportunities. And then we took that database and we opened it up. And that was the beginning of the platform. That's when you started to be able to use this platform to manage any business process. That is exactly what we've done with Lightning. We needed this framework. We built it for ourselves, but we built it in such a way as that you are going to be able to use it to customize and extend and build your own components. And the easiest way to picture this, the easiest way to see this is the app builder. And what I love about the app builder is it brings together these two discrete parts of our community, of our ecosystem, in a way that's really new and unique. It's really, really great for those Salesforce administrators who are going to be able to take the components that we ship and drag and drop and compose mobile applications. That's how you can build mobile applications fast. But it's not just about administrators. It's also for developers. Developers are going to be able to author custom components, and you're going to be able to get custom components from our ecosystem of partners on the App Exchange. And that's what's going to allow you to go faster. But you really just shouldn't take my word for it. You should go out and you should find one of these partners who's been in our program, the pilot program, excuse me. The things that they have been doing have been absolutely amazing. What they've done with these components in just a matter of weeks has really opened up our eyes and told us that this is really going to be a big deal for the product and for the platform. But we didn't just stop there. We said, why is it limited just to UI? And so we're also announcing the process builder, the Lightning process builder. And what this is a brand new user interface on top of the best-in-class workflow engine that powers Salesforce, so that anyone in your organization can automate business process. So not only can you create the UI, now you can automate the business processes. And we didn't stop there. This is probably one of the coolest things we've done. I mean, Lightning's cool, but this is, you get ready to be, you're going to start thinking when I explain Lightning Connect. So we said, why is it that the Salesforce technology stack, why are these applications, why are these benefits limited to just data that's in Salesforce? What if we were able to connect the platform to data sources that are external to Salesforce, to allow you to create connections to external data sources like SAP or Oracle or a Postgres database that's running on Heroku? Then you'd be able to really unlock the innovation and creativity in your organization. So we're incredibly excited about this technology, and we can't wait to see what you do with it. But probably the best way to understand all of this technology is to hear a story from one of our customers about the impact that this technology is having on their business, on their IT organization, and how that IT organization helps work with that business to help the company go faster. That story is Brown-Forman, so let's go ahead and play this film.
Old IT, I think of mainframes.
Complexity comes to mind right away.
Order taking.
Bureaucratic.
Slow to react.
Big budgets.
Monolithic, large applications.
Saying no to people.
I think the new age of IT is different.
New IT to me is collaborative.
Fast.
What people need.
Rapid development.
What people want.
Being able to say yes.
The role of the CIO has changed dramatically. I can't bury my head in the back office. We have to look to the future in different ways. Salesforce.com brings us into the world of being business people, not technologists.
It's been a massive switch.
Brown-Forman was founded on the concept of putting whiskey into sealed bottles. We're an innovative company at our heart, and one that owns fantastic beverage alcohol brands that we're very proud of. Now, suddenly we're at a very different pace. Touching consumers and dealing with consumers on a daily basis is very, very different than our older business model.
If you're going to continue to help your company grow, you need to change. This change is not going to stop.
What has changed for IT is that we now, for the first time, have a seat at the table.
We're going through an app revolution. We need apps to do everything from finance to HR to supply chain to our production operations. When I first saw Force.com, I actually couldn't believe that you could do something that fast. I'm like, no way. I mean, but it really was.
You can do anything that you need your business to do. It lets us write once and deploy everywhere.
The power is being able to automate business processes in a completely point-and-click fashion.
The aha moment was just beginning to understand how simple our environment environment could become.
We see something we want to do, oh, there's an API for that. It's just like a kind of grab and go.
With Force, we're able to build applications that are straightforward, intuitive, and easy to use, on top of everything mobile.
As a developer, what I love about the Salesforce1 platform is you don't have to do anything else to worry about mobile development. You've already written it. It already runs.
If we're building applications that require somebody to be sitting at their desk, we're making a mistake.
We're a very lean IT organization.
Where we used to program, we don't have to program anymore.
With Force.com, you can be a regular business analyst and you can still build a great application that's going to solve a lot of problems.
You can sit with the business, gather the requirements, show them, make changes on the fly. Really? You already did that? Sure.
Those victories allow us to get closer and closer to the people we need to sit by to help change the company.
With Force.com, it makes us feel like we're superheroes because we're making applications that actually have a business impact.
They ask for it by name now. I want a Salesforce app.
Everybody in Brown-Forman touches Salesforce every day. It's a huge part of the fabric of the company. And to me, that's extremely powerful.
This is the new way of doing business. I was in the business of saying no.
We've changed exactly how IT is seen.
The sheer fact that we did 45 apps that are in production in less than 3 years is amazing.
The way you get the seat at any table is showing your worth. And by using Salesforce.com, we've shown our worth.
And so now, to show you some of this technology in action and how they built it, I would like to welcome Scott Holden. Scott, where are you? Can we bring up Scott? Scott Holden, VP Product Marketing, Platform Marketing. Scott, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. It's my pleasure today to show you all Salesforce1 Lightning. And let's just bring up the demo. As you saw, Brown-Forman is using Salesforce and the Salesforce1 mobile app to collaborate and share information across their entire company. And their IT department has been going through a massive change over the last 3 years. They were focused on infrastructure and back end, and now they're focused on delivering innovative apps to the business. You can see some examples of these applications right here in the left-hand nav of the Salesforce1 mobile app. Everything from their mobile social intranet they call MyBF, a custom sales app called Wombat, R&D flavor app, a vendor onboarding app, and my favorite, the By the Barrel app. For those of you out there that may not know this, if you're fans of Jack Daniels or Woodford Reserve, you can actually order your own custom barrel. And you can do everything from schedule a tasting, go pick out your label, watch your barrel go through the process, and all of that is managed right here inside Salesforce. Now, for the rest of this demonstration, we want to show you how you can build an app fast. In less than 5 minutes, we're going to use the new Salesforce1 Lightning to build an application. And the app we're going to build is for someone at Brown-Forman like Lisa here. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Scott.
Lisa works in the manufacturing plant at Brown-Forman, and her job is to inspect the alcohol as it comes out of the barrels into the tanks and makes its way into the bottles. And so today, you can see that Lisa uses a clipboard to do this. And one, it's slow, but more importantly, it's not connected. Usually there's a lag. Someone has to go input this data at the end of the day, and there's a drag on it, and it's not connected, and people can't respond in real time. So let's show you how we can build an app for Lisa. You're not going to need that clipboard anymore. Great. And let's bring up the demo. So we're going to go to the desktop. And for those of you who are familiar with Salesforce, you'll see that at the top of the screen, we've got the setup. And this is where you go to go under the hood of the Salesforce1 platform. And right away, we're just going to search for the Salesforce1 Lightning App Builder. And this is brand new technology that brings the best of this Lightning framework together. And we're going to start from scratch. We're going to build our app. We're greeted with this nice wizard. We're going to walk through the process. We're going to choose the Lightning components arranged on the screen for us. We're going to give our app a name. We're going to call it the Batch Inspection app. And now we can start building. Now, this is a brand new technology, and so I'll do a little orientation. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see all of the different components. These are the Lightning components. The components that we at Salesforce build, these are standard components like the chatter feed, our charts, our lists. Below that, you'll see custom components. These are things that Brown-Forman's developers build. Below that, you'll see components from the App Exchange. So now you've got this rich library of Lightning components to build your app. And to do that, it's just drag and drop. For this case, we're going to give Lisa a list of the batches that she's working. You can see our list view and the object it's associated with. We can give her a view into all of her inspections by stage. And then even bring in a custom component like the barcode here. This is something that Brown-Forman would build to help Lisa get started fast. So now we've got our first page of our app. It was that simple. We just hit save. We choose where we want the app to show up in the left-hand navigation of the mobile app. And we activate. We didn't have to spin up any servers. Boom, it's live. So Lisa, let's go back to you. Why don't you refresh your app for us? Let's take a look. There you go, the bottom of the screen, right below by the barrel, we have our batch inspection app. We've got our barcode, we've got our open batches, we've got our batches by stage. So Lisa, let's get started by scanning the barcode there.
This is awesome. Thanks, Scott.
And when she does that, it's going to take her directly to the batch record. And this is where she goes and does her entire inspection. Now, she could go in here and edit this on the fly, but it's a lot of small typing. What we'd love to be able to do is take advantage of the phone's tap and swipe capability, make her go faster. So let's build a second page that invokes the action bar on the Salesforce1 mobile app. So if you go back to the builder now, I'll draw your attention to the middle of the screen. We're going to add a second page to our app. We're going to choose a record detail page. In this case, we're going to call it an inspection. We'll give it our template. And we're going to associate it with the inspection object. For this part of the inspection, we want to take advantage of some more of Brown-Forman's custom components. When Lisa does her job, she tests for things like the proof, like the pH level, like the color of the alcohol, and the taste. And after she's gone through her inspection, she then decides whether or not it passes or fails. We can even bring in things like the standard fields inside Salesforce. We'll give her some context, the batch number. So now we've built a pretty slick mobile app. She's ready to go, right? But what happens when she decides she wants to bring her tablet to work? Do we have to go get another team to build this in a different environment? No. Right here from the app builder, you can design for every screen. Let's open up the tablet. And you can see the host of applications we can build. Now with the tablet, she's got a little more real estate. She can bring in something like her inspection history. How has she been doing in the last 10 inspections? Give her a sense for where she's been. So now we've got an awesome tablet. I happen to notice, Lisa, that you were wearing one of these new smartwatches over there. We can even build for that, too. Let's switch over into smartwatch mode. Now, Lisa might want to pass or fail her inspection from her watch, but something that might be a little more useful would be to give her a counter. Let her know how many inspections has she done and how many more does she have left to do today. All right, so now we've built across 3 different form factors. Let's hit save and activate. And let's bring it back to you, Lisa. Let's have you refresh that application. Let's take a look.
This is amazing. I can run my entire inspection right here.
You saw she had a little action icon that appeared, and now she can launch this right from her phone.
I can just set the alcohol content to 97, pH 5.2, colors about golden brown, and the taste, citrus, floral, and woody. I love it. I'm ready to pass this inspection.
Wait, hold on a second, Lisa. Before you hit pass, first of all, save a little bit of that for me for after this demo. Second of all, we don't want her to just have this sit on her phone. We want to let everyone across Brown-Forman know that when this inspection passes, that it triggers some workflow. And to have that process kick off, let's bring back the new Lightning Process Builder and show you how that works. Let's go back to the desktop demo. There we go. So again, we're back under the hood of the platform. We simply search for the new Lightning Process Builder. And here we are in this brand new technology to help every company automate their business and get away from that data entry and manual follow-up process. Here you can see all the automation activities that we have associated with our apps. We've also got one we started here with our batch inspection app. Now, this is, again, a brand new interface. You can see it's simple. We're doing a criteria, pass or fail. If the inspection fails, we want to do a couple things. We want to notify the taste master to take a look at this, and then schedule a time-delayed follow-up to have them do an inspection again. And if it passes, we want to notify everyone in the warehouse that, hey, this batch passed the next stage. We want to update the stage. We want to post to Chatter and let people know. And then wouldn't it be nice to let our customer who's ordered this nice custom barrel, let them know that their batch has passed the stage so they can keep tabs on it. To create an action, you saw we just pressed the plus button. We can choose from creating a Chatter post, updating a record, creating a record. We could even send the customer an email alert right here. Give it a name, and then we can let our customer know that this is on its way. All right, we hit the save button, and it's live. There's nothing left to do. So Lisa, back to you. We're ready now. Go ahead and hit that pass button. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Awesome. So there you see that you got a little notification that the batch passed the stage. Everyone in the warehouse has been alerted. The customer's been notified. You can see on the chatter feed here that we've had a notification pop up from just 2 minutes ago. And then I think, Lisa, you're wearing that watch, right?
That's right. It looks great. 13 inspections. It's a new record.
Awesome. That's how Brown-Forman is helping every employee in their company go faster, connecting the company, making it smarter using the new Salesforce1 Lightning. And with that, back to you, Mike.
Hey, wait. Hey, wait. Scott, I thought we were doing Connect.
Yeah, we're running a little behind, but if you want to do it, we could do it.
I want to do Connect. Can we do Connect?
You guys want to see Lightning Connect? All right, let's.
Butters, can we do Connect?
We might go a little bit over, but it's okay. We were trying to cut it, but to go faster, let's see if we can do this. Butters, can you bring up demo 1? Okay, let's draw your attention to the phone real quick, though. I'll give you a little context. So Nicole's just passed her inspection, and she's got all this data that's now flowing through the organization, but there's one piece that's missing. Right now, all the ingredients for that batch are being stored inside SAP. Using this new integration technology, Lightning Connect, we can show you in just a couple of clicks how we can pull this information into this app for Lisa. So let's go back into the desktop. We're just going to search for Lightning Connect and show you how easy it is to bring in these external data sources. So right here, you can see we've already got a connection established with SAP. We've been working with this new OData protocol to build these connections back into SAP endpoints, both with our own internal team as well as with a number of our integration partners. And once you have this endpoint established, mapping data is just point and click simple. Here you can see we've already got sales orders mapped inside Salesforce. If you want to bring in something like ingredients, it's literally checkbox simple. We just hit sync. And now what you'll see is we've now got 2 external objects being stored from SAP inside of Salesforce. And when we drill in and take a closer look here.
Just pause here for a second, guys, because this is really cool, okay? Everybody, okay? Everybody's familiar with custom objects. This is sort of a new kind of custom object. And that underscore X means that it acts just like a custom object, except where's the data?
It's in Salesforce.
No, it's not.
It is now, but it's being referenced in real time.
The data isn't being referenced in real time. That data's in SAP. That's what that external means. That's what that underscore X means. It's really, really cool. I cannot wait to see what everybody does with this.
It means that your data is now searchable. You can run workflow on it. It's monitored by our sharing model, our security model. Really powerful stuff.
It is. All right, pay it off. No, pay it off. Can we pay it off?
All right, let's make it happen over on the phone. So just refresh the page. Let's go over to that related object list there. Let's see if it happened. There you have your SAP ingredients. Now everybody inside Brown-Forman's suppliers, the people that are supplying the ingredients for their alcohol, can have visibility into this batch passing inspection.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, now I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. I'm glad we took that extra 2 minutes. Okay, and now I would like to welcome 2 special guests directly from Brown-Forman. Why don't you guys come up? Toby Lester, Jennifer McClinton, the 2 people that are behind all this great innovation. From Brown-Forman. Thank you very much for coming. Welcome to Dreamforce and the platform Keynote.
Thanks for having us.
All right, guys.
Thank you
very much. First off,
I think you're on. Should be on.
Working?
Working.
Okay, definitely. Do we get to keep that you just built?
You absolutely get to keep it.
Thank
you. Take it away.
Thank you.
It's all you.
Thank you. I mean, that app. Yeah, we'll take it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You can go faster. So, first question for you. So tell us a little bit about the role of IT, your role in the organization, and how you think about leveraging this technology and innovating.
Yeah, so the role of IT at Brown-Forman, we sell beverage alcohol. So we're not a technology company. What technology needs to be aligned with is the strategic direction of the company, and that's what we've tried to do. So a lot of the stuff we saw today is how we're doing that. Now, we have teams that do analytics. We have teams that are tied in with our sales teams using this CRM tool. But at the end of the day, we've changed how IT operates at Brown-Forman quite a bit. So there was somebody in the video just mentioned we were focused on the back office, and we're a big SAP shop. Going forward now, we're actually much more aggressive in our IT, I'd say. We practice offensive IT versus defensive IT.
I like that.
And by doing that, we've built these apps, and we've shown how we can help the company moving forward.
So that requires sort of an organizational change that you've really led. Do you have any advice for people in terms of how to think about migrating the cultural aspects of that organization and moving that forward?
Yeah, I think from a strategic standpoint, being aligned, getting IT into meetings they didn't used to be in was something that at Brown-Forman, I don't know if other companies have the same issue, but Brown-Forman didn't have IT in certain meetings. Another thing we've done, we've tried to get away from the things that don't add strategic value to the company. So again, in one of the videos, somebody mentioned the servers and the upgrades. We don't have to do that. We have more analysts out there now with our commercial teams, our marketing teams, our sales teams, helping with our business.
Jennifer.
Yes.
So you said, I think in the video, you said you guys have 45 apps. What's your favorite app?
My favorite app is MyBF, which is our corporate intranet. It's mobile, social. We built it using the Force.com platform and Chatter. It allows us to collaborate across brands and regions, which we were not able to do before we were on the platform.
So, you know, you've been on this path with us for a while. What advice do you have for everybody out in the audience thinking about how to leverage all of this?
So we've been on this path for 4 years. My advice to everyone here is to leverage the customer success community, your customer success people. They're all there to help you. Reach out to the people at this conference. It's a wonderful ecosystem. Everybody will help you do anything you would like to do on the platform. Well, make it all possible.
Thank you both so much for sharing the story. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So we're almost done. I want to leave you guys with one final thought. You're probably wondering, why is there a car on the big screen up there? I want you to think for a second about Toyota, for example, and think about what Toyota is. If I asked a lot of you, what is Toyota, there would be a lot of people who would say, well, Toyota manufactures cars. But I actually don't think that that's what Toyota does. What I think that Toyota does is they design and assemble cars. They design and assemble cars out of thousands and thousands of pre-built components. And that idea of assembling cars or composing cars is what allows them to be so efficient and so effective and innovate and create creativity and go so quickly. And that is exactly what we need to learn how to do in enterprise IT. We need to learn how to use all of the pre-built components and all of the pre-built services and only code what you need to code. Only reinvent what you need to reinvent. And that's what's going to allow you to go faster. That's what's going to allow you to create. That's what's going to allow you to innovate. And that's going to allow you to reinvent your company. And like we say at Salesforce, connect to your customers, connect to your employees in whole new ways. So with that, I would like to thank everybody very much for spending this hour with us. Actually, one more second. I have one more thing to do.
We're got a little giveaway here.
The giveaway? How many people do we have?
We've got 10 of these. We've got 10 drones that we're giving away. You guys got to see these yesterday in the keynote. We've got golden tickets underneath the chairs. Take a look. You've got 10 tickets out there. If you're a winner, come back to the Salesforce1 platform area in the campground, and we'll give you your drone.
And if an employee gets a ticket, then you just find a customer sitting next to you and give them the ticket. I'm not giving any drones to any employees, so sorry. Take advantage of everything that we've put together here. Go grab somebody in the developer zone. Tell them to show you Lightning, show you how to build a component, build a workflow. Thank you very much for coming and spending this hour with us. We really appreciate it.